Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a quick look at the latest coming out of Fujikura, Japan. It's a Speeder NX Violet. So each year Japan will release a Speeder. The last iterations were called Evolution, so you would have all known about the Evolution series, Evo, Evo 2, Evo 3, all the way through to Evo 7. They then moved into NX, which is the next generation of Speeders. Went from NX Blue was the first up, then into green, black, and now violet. Now, all reports are that violet is not a direct replacement, but a bit of a replacement for NX Blue. It's a mid to high launching shaft with mid to low spin. The interesting thing is that, a lot of people like to look at numbers or look at the flex codes or whatever they might look at, torque numbers, to think whether a shaft's going to suit them. Now this is, like I said, it's maybe a little bit of an NX Blue replacement, yet the numbers that Fujikura have produced are very, very different. Okay, so the old NX, I say old, it's a couple of years old, the old NX Blue had a tip section of 94. Now their scale that Fujikura uses, they've got a tip and a butt section scale. And it's not a 0 to 100, but basically the higher number is the softer. So the blue had a tip section of 94. The NX Violet has a tip section of 102. It's considerably softer in the tip. Yet the butt section, so NX Blue was 87, and now NX Violet is 83. So in theory, NX Violet has a little firmer handle with a softer tip. Now the 3.7 torque in the NX Blue and 3.6 torque in the NX Violet. So they're not actually, they shouldn't be similar. Now my first impressions of NX Blue, it's been a few years since I've hit one, I didn't like it. Actually didn't get on with it. It seemed to have a really soft belly and I just couldn't control it. So I'm excited to try NX Violet, and I say excited to try, I've already tried it, but I'm going to hit some balls here today and give you a little bit of feedback about it. Okay, so test head today, GT2 9 degrees. Been using this a bit, beautiful driver. Test ball will be Pro V1X, which is a familiar one for these reviews, right? So, now my experience with speeders in general, speeders are, you give them a bit of a give them the wiggle. They're typically pretty soft. They play, I'm not going to say they play a flex softer, but they tend to play quite smooth in their profile, quite easy to hit. I think I nearly missed that. You'll see it's way bottom heel, right? They're quite easy to hit. Now, I've been playing 2024 Ventus Blue Velocore Plus, loving it. The back's been playing up a little bit, and so on the weekend I thought, why not try something different? Why not try, something that's probably going to be a little softer? So I thought I'll put, that one was a little bit higher toe. I'll put NX Violet in, just to give it a go, give it a run on the golf course. With the back and all the rest of it, 242 carry. I mean, that's really, really good, right? Quite low spin, but that is out of, surely that's high, and a little high toe, right? But I found it, in typical speeder form, very easy to hit. Like, you're not going to find it overly stiff. It feels extremely smooth, which is, without a doubt, that's a speeder thing, right? Smooth shafts. Good spin number, right? 2264, 151 ball. And I drove it super, like really super. Now my golf course over there at Bankstown, for those of you that know, there's a little fade, something different. For those of you that know Bankstown, it's very much a tee shot golf course. You've got to drive it well, and if you drive it well, you can definitely have a good score around there. Little low necky heel cut. That's user error, but still, that's a fairway every day, isn't it? 250 in the fairway. I'm not going to complain with that. You know, like I say, you give it that little wiggle and she feels soft, but if I try and get up off this heel here and just give it heap, see how it handles it. I try to just smash that. That's not great, to be fair. It's probably not the greatest strike. Yeah, right out the heel and low. Plenty of ball speed. See if I can get one straight doing that. But my honest review was that, again, that was heely, it's cutting. My honest review is I really, really enjoyed it. Found it quite easy to draw. That's way out the heel. So it does, like I said, it does feel soft. Soft to me is smooth. Got little fades happening today. First couple of draws, now I'm into some fades. And to be fair, I'm not sure that I hit one fade with it on the weekend. I hit it really well. Drove it really nicely. Yeah, more like that, I suppose. You know, it's probably my... Anything that carries around the 240 mark for me is great, as you know. And that's probably, that last shot's probably more indicative of, you know, of how I hit this around the 150 ball speed. Little draw. Oh, that's out. That's gonna that's a bit of a nose diver. That's the one where you hit it too far in the toe, the spin drops way too much. But I like swinging this shaft. I don't feel like I've got to try and bash it, which is always a good thing. You know, if you're just gonna cruise around all day, it goes really wonderfully. And like I say, outside, it did really shine out on the golf course. Absolutely loved it. So even though my striking in here today is probably a bit of a, to be fair, it's a good mixed bunch. I'll just go one more. We'll have a look at some averages. Last one. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty fair indication. Okay, so a little bit of a mixed bag. You know, I can't hit them perfect every day, although I kind of rarely do, as you guys know. 151 ball speed, 13.2 launch, 2248, with a carry of 238 and a total of 260. I mean, I can't complain with that. I certainly didn't complain with it over the weekend. Okay, so looking at club data, you know, very efficient 147. That's really high for quad at 103 club head, which is about my normal. The contact was pretty close to the center, a little bit low heel, but not too bad really for me. All in all, you know, I'm quite happy with how this shaft performs. All right, so all in all, I mean, performance was great. Like I said, I've used it on the golf course only once, but I had a really good round. I think I made one bogey, and that wasn't from a driver off the tee. It was actually a hybrid off the tee, and 4 birdies on the weekend. So it was good, had a good round, enjoyed it. Do I think it's for everybody? No, I don't. I think it's more for a smoother transition, although you can probably flex up or tip it a little, you know, if you want that little bit of extra firmness. So it could suit a large variety of people. Not going to probably suit someone that hits down on it too much, but those guys that hit up a little bit, relatively smooth in their transition, I think it's a great shaft. Definitely worth a look. I'm excited to maybe do a versus with this one versus 2024 Ventus Blue. Might be a good matchup to see which one wins that battle. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.